How do you unlock full body Haki in Blox Fruits? How do you unlock the colored Hakis in Blox Fruits? Boys, it's been roughly a year since I made a video on how to max out your Haki and then color it. Methods have changed, and if you truly master the ways of Haki like I have, you could be a level 1 with full body Haki. If you're super new to Blox Fruits, then you've got to come here to the Snow Village in the First Sea, go into this little cave and talk to the ability teacher, and then for 25k, he'll teach you how to use your Haki. A lot of players, older players, don't know this, but you can now also talk to the color specialist. There's no way to unlock these colors in the First Sea except for using Robux, 88 Robo for a regular color, 350 for a legendary. This is where you get blank Haki, and if you got Robux, you can get colored Haki, but there's no buff to your colored Haki. If you head to Middletown, there's this green roof building right here. Here's the aura editor. Once you've unlocked all the levels of aura, you can change how much Haki that you wear. Haki, aura, enhancement, whatever you want to call it. We can change it to different stages. And then you'll see when I turn it on, now I'm at stage 5, which is full body. But I like to be, I think, stage 1 or 0. I like to be stage 0. Like this. There is no difference. Once I've unlocked all of them, you get all the buffs regardless of what stage you pick. Speaking of the buffs, here are some words for you. If you're stage 0, you increase your player damage on non-fruit attackers by 10%. If you're stage 1, your non-fruit attacks do 21% more damage. If you're stage 2, decreases all damage taken by 10%. Stage 3 decreases all damage meant to be taken by roughly 18%. Stage 4 is decreases all damage meant to be taken by 25%. And stage 5 decreases all damage meant to be taken by 30%. Max Haki is so important in the second and third sea. Sorry to interrupt your video, guys, but today this one is sponsored by myself. If you're enjoying, make sure you subscribe to the channel, press a like and comment down below. If you're feeling super awesome and you want to get closer to me and like-minded people, make sure you check out that little join button next to the subscribe button. I am revamping everything. I'm working on a members only room tour video to go up soon. So for the best ways to train your Haki up, there are several ways to receive XP. One, if your Haki is turned on and you take damage, you'll get 1 XP per damage that you take. Now that doesn't mean that this guy gives me 209 XP. Every hit that does 209 damage is 1 XP. Every time you turn your Haki on, 1 XP. And every time you do damage with melee or your sword while your Haki is turned on, also you will gain 1 XP. So the best way to gain XP would be to take 0 damage while doing the minimal amount of damage so that the mob you're attacking doesn't die. To do this, first of all, I would shift to a weapon that has like no mastery on it. My Shark Saw has 1 mastery, that's perfect. And then you're also gonna need an elemental type fruit. So smoke would work, flame, ice, sand, dark, light, magma, and I think that is it. Rumble would also work. And blizzard. The dough fruit counts once it's awakened. It counts as an elemental. You're also going to need to check what level you need to be for your Haki to kick in against these NPCs. But as you can see, he doesn't hurt me anymore. So if I get out my Shark Saw, I can sit here and I can just hit this guy over and over and over again. And every time I hit him, I gain 1 XP for my Haki. I don't get XP when he hits me because technically he doesn't hit me. But you could turn on an auto clicker, or if you're on your phone, you could just tap while watching television and you would gain XP. Now, there are situations where this doesn't work. For example, if I switch over to the light fruit, you can see now I have a light weapon that has Haki on it. Now, your Haki doesn't affect your damage at all for devil fruits. So every time I hit with my light sword, I do not gain Haki XP. It's got to be my fists or my sword. Now, the Shark Saw is kind of bad because it has a knockback. Let's try out the twin hooks. Do these have a knockback? They do not. So these are kind of perfect. Oh, there's a little bit of a knockback on one of the swings. There is too. This is a little bit better because there's no ground slam. So it's not like I'm going to knock him over that wall over there and he won't be able to get back to me. This way I gain as much XP as possible before he dies. And then when he does die, I don't have to move. I can just keep clicking or tapping and he'll respawn. And now that he's respawned, I'll just keep hitting him and we can leave it going. You would probably even mute your game just so you don't have to listen to the noises. Your other option, which is to take damage, minimal amount of damage, we could get rid of our sword now, would be to get something like, say you've got the Buddha fruit, you don't want to lose it. This is a very common situation. People don't want to lose their Buddha fruit. It's good for grinding. That's fine. Get your Buddha fruit and then come on over here to where these bandits are. They're not going to be able to kill you. They do literally 0 damage. In fact, it might be better. Will you not die? Okay. Oh, no, they died to this gun. It might be really, really good if you could find a gun with 1 mastery, no matter what level you are, so that you could just do a little bit of damage to these guys, group them all up, and then you would go into your... The Buddha transformation kills things. And then what you could do is you could just spin in a circle or something and just let them punch you. Or perhaps you could even go over here and you can see how they're punching me. I am kind of getting moved though. But if you could find a way to take pretty much 0 damage, but you do have to take 1 damage per hit to get 1 XP per hit, you could just stand here with your Haki on and they could just punch you forever and you gain 1 XP every time you get hit. That's actually how I did it on my level 1 account. Whether you choose to take damage or deal damage is totally up to you. It depends what fruits you have. If you currently have an elemental fruit, perhaps do damage. If you've already got the Buddha, I would come back here and do that because that way you don't have to lose a valuable fruit just to level up your Haki. If you are someone that's training with the devil fruit and not using your melee, you will find that naturally your Haki progresses slower than others. But once you are here in the second sea, it becomes more common to awaken your Buddha and use that to grind, which means your Haki will naturally start leveling without you having to actively train it at all. If you're just doing your regular quests to level up and you're a Buddha, then you're already using your sword or you're using melee, and you should, just by killing NPCs to complete your quests, you should be able to get enough Haki XP. It is mostly a problem for people who use like the light fruit or the magma fruit to level up, because they don't gain any Haki XP. Let's move on now to how you can unlock colors. Now, no matter what level you are, the second sea is probably the best way to do this. If you do search up like Blox Fruit's aura colors, you will see a list of all of them and it'll tell you how to get them. It'll also show you previews of each color. When it comes to the Kitsune, Light Pink, Aquamarine, and Rainbow Savior, those are all ones that you need to use the wiki for a guide. But these ones, Winter Sky, Pure Red, Snow White, Absolute Zero, and everything below that, they're all collected from the Master of Colors, which is something that a lot of players struggle to figure out how to do. And if I'm being totally honest, no, I'm not trying to trash on the wiki here. The wiki's explanation for the Master of Colors, it is worded poorly. There is no, how to spawn or anything like that. It's just there's an anecdote on how often he spawns and his timers. It's not really good enough. So for a basic color, you're going to need 1,500 fragments, 1,500, which you can get from raids and various other events. And for a legendary color, you're going to need 7,500 fragments in order to actually find the Master of Colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the server list button, no matter what device you're on. I'm fairly certain you can use this. If not, exit the game, join a public server. All right, we're in some random public server. Now, because the Master of Colors is almost always available, you're more likely just to go looking for yourself rather than try to spawn him. So the first place we're going to check is Skull Island. We're going to shoot up to the top here, and then we're going to go to the left. And we're going to check on this ridge right here, because he can be here unless you're unlucky. Also, if you don't have the portal fruit, you're going to have to walk everywhere. Next up is lava. We spawn right here, and we go onto the top of the Smoke Admiral's building. He should be right here. I don't see him. I'm actually going to reset to make my world warp skill available. Next, I'm going to go to the third dock. This is right here. Here's the bridge. Cafe is just there. Here's the big bridge. Here's little garden. He can spawn right here, but he can also spawn just over here on the Snow Island. So these two are easy to check together. Okay, so he could spawn right here as well, but he hasn't. And there's two more places to check. One is Winter Castle. Super easy one. If you've ever run into him while grinding, he's probably in this area. There he is. He's actually here on the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and interact with him. We go talk. You found me. It looks like he has a fiery rose for 1500, which I might not have. Nice. I actually got a new color this video. Feels good, man. I'm going to tell people. I'm just going to tell people Master Colors, regular aura, 1500 frags. He's at the Winter Castle. And that's because even though I just purchased from this guy, anybody in the server can purchase from him. So other people might come here. If he hadn't been here, there is one other place, which is the Haunted Ship, where he is just here underneath the stairs. That was really, really easy. We found him straight away. But let's say you want more than one color. We found him once. We purchased our color. Let's scroll and pick another server. That one was full. How about this server? Yep. New server. Now, just like before, we're going to check all the exact same spots. No Master of Color here. So the next thing I would do is immediately go to Skull. Although I guess if you had the portal or not, you would go somewhere else. He doesn't appear to be on the ledge here, so I'm going to reset to get my teleport back. And I'm just going to recheck all of the same spots until I find him. Looks like... Oh, no. I was going to say we got a rare server that didn't have him, but he's in the exact same spot. I checked everywhere else. He's in the same spot. And it looks like this guy has bright yellow, which I already own. And I'm going to tell the people on the server. And it wouldn't be a full guide if I didn't show you how to do this in the third sea. It's exactly the same. I've just picked a random public server. You can see there's players here. So the first location here on Port Town is you run straight up in this direction. Run over here. Look for these two green awning. The two green... Oh, he's right here. And this is where the Master of Auras can be. And this one's got Fiery Rose, which I've already got. I've just told everyone where it is. I'm going to hop servers again just in case we find him somewhere else. So if you don't manage to find it in the most common area, which is the Port Town, it could be right here in the castle in the sea. It'll be right here up against the wall, probably in the corner. After that, hopefully you have your portals unlocked because you'll be going to Floating Turtle and Hydra. I'm probably going to get murdered, but we need to head out this way to do this. All right, here's Aura Guy number 2. This is at the back. It's kind of annoying to find. So if you go to your quest, give it here. Actually, the best way to do this one, somebody died there. Oh no, these have all died. There's a bot. Look for this place here. This is the little hut on the Floating Turtle, and then head up this way in the back here, and you'll be able to find your Master of Colors. This is location number 3. What has this guy got? Yellow Sunshine. Do I have that one? Yeah, I do. The next spot is also super close to here. It's literally like right here. So you're at the back of this little fort area, and it would be standing right here. And the final location, pretty easy. That's where the beautiful pirate is right there. So you would just come here on top of this little double like bridge thing. The ruined bridge right here. This is the third floating turtle location. Our next one is in Hydra, which is up here. It's on the back of this castle up here. This is pretty easy one to find, really. I can never remember which side it is, but it's either here or it can be back here. But he'll be in one of these two spots. The final location is here on the Great Tree. This one is a little bit annoying because it's like, I don't know, it's just odd. Basically, look for this island here, the one that's on like the weird slope, and then head in this direction until you find the blue and gray slabs. See these two like bluish gray slabs here? And then this is just like a regular grayish slab. He can spawn right here, and that is your final third sea location. It's really easy to find if you have the portal fruit. Kind of a massive pain with any other fruit. I'm actually mind blown and eternally grateful that those third sea bros didn't kill me because I couldn't remember those locations. I needed to focus. So if you saw yourself in this video, you are an absolute unit. You Giga Chad goat. Thank you for not murdering me. You made my life way easier. Let me know in the comment section down below if I helped you guys, and I will see you all in a couple of days with a video about that level 1 noob who has full body haki.